everyone, welcome back to Faith and Flower. If you're new here, my name is Robin. We just recently moved into our new home, and so I am ready to get our bathroom organized and functional. So we were back and forth a little bit between this home and our previous home while we were getting some renovations done, and I have a few things in place, but now that I have everything from my other bathroom, I really need to think through how I have things organized to make things a little bit more accessible and functional here in this space. And this is a smaller space than we were in before, so I need to get creative. Before we get started, I want to thank Function of Beauty for sponsoring today's video, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them a little bit later in the video. But let's get started and I will show you what I have planned for this space. Let me start off by giving you a little tour of what's going on in here currently. So this is our vanity, and we do have double sinks, so we still have quite a lot of storage space here, and I want to make sure that I'm making the best use of it. So you saw possibly in a previous video where I worked on this, and I was using, let me get that out of the way, some of these home edit little organizers that came from Walmart. And I do like the way these work in this space. However, I don't think I'm utilizing them to the best of their ability, I guess you would say. So I'm gonna work on that drawer today. And then this one as well. This one I use those same organizers, and I like how this one's working. I have my makeup in here, which I keep fairly minimal, deodorant and toothpaste. And so this is the drawer that I open up first when I'm getting ready in the morning, and everything's working great in there. The only thing I don't like about it is that every time I open the drawer, these things shift all around. So I got some shelf paper and I'm gonna line all of the shelves, and I think that will take care of that problem. In the cabinet under my sink, I have a lot of things just sort of tossed in. So I have hair products, I've got some backstock items, some cold medicines in the back, and also my travel case, which I'm not sure I'm going to keep in this location. I think I might put that where my suitcases are. I haven't decided, but I'm going to organize this area. And I have some new containers that I bought and some others that I had in our previous home that I'm going to reuse. So these are from Target, and I think I might use those. I'm gonna see how that works out. I'm very excited to try these out. I saw a picture on Instagram from the Home Edit that looked like the perfect solution for under the sink in here that was utilizing these, and I'll show you that picture. But I got a gift certificate from my sister and her family for Christmas at the Container Store, so this I was really excited to buy, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a great solution. This is underneath Patrick's side, and he doesn't really use this area, so I've tossed in quite a few things here. These are some bins that we use for our cold medicines and first aid. I also have some things that just aren't even fitting in those but kind of go with them. This is the shelf paper that I bought to use from Walmart, and then I've been stowing all of the extra command hook type things in here. I'm probably not going to keep those here. And then back here, these are actually probably more or less my items, but there's some mouthwash and nail polish remover, stuff like that. So those things need to be organized a little bit better, and we could make better use of this space. Then we have 3 drawers in the middle, and right now Patrick is using this top one, and you can see it's mostly his contacts and just a few items, but again, they just sort of roll around inside the drawer. So hopefully putting some shelf paper down and maybe coming up with some organizing solutions will make this space a lot better. This middle drawer is where I'm keeping all of my hair tools. And again, they're just sort of tossed in here. I actually have a few more in a box, and actually quite a few things in there that I need to sort out. So I'm gonna bring those items in here, and we're gonna figure all of that out. And I'm going to make better use of this space. And then down in this bottom drawer, it's, again, I guess mostly Patrick's things. This was a container that I just sort of tossed everything into from his drawer in our previous home. And so we just move that over as is. So I don't think he's really using a lot of those things. So I need to organize those and make them a little more accessible for him. And then that's his travel bag, which he kind of likes to keep half packed so that he can grab it and go whenever he needs to. And this is what's going on the countertop, and it's not bad. I think that it's working pretty well. There are some products out here that Patrick would probably put away if I made his drawer a little bit more organized, so I'm hoping that's going to happen. And so right now I am just going to empty everything out of the cabinets and get them clean and get working on the shelf paper. But first I want to tell you a little bit about today's sponsor, Function of Beauty. I have been using Function of Beauty since I stopped coloring my hair 3 years ago. It kept my hair healthy and looking its best through the transition, and now that I want to grow my hair longer, I can customize my formula to help me achieve that too. Their shampoos and conditioners are customized to meet your specific hair care needs, and they are dermatologist tested, contain no parabens or sulfates, and are 100% vegan and cruelty free. Plus, they are delivered straight to your door on a schedule that you choose. You can get started by taking the online quiz to create your custom formula. My hair is straight, fine, with balanced moisture, and my goals are to fix split ends, lengthen, shine, thermal protection, and volumize. This time I chose peach as my fragrance. You even get to select the level of fragrance you prefer, put your name on the bottle, and pick your favorite color. You can get 20% off your first 16-ounce custom set when you click on my link in the description box and subscribe. I'd also recommend becoming a member to get lots of exclusive perks like free shipping. Putting in the drawer liner or shelf paper was a really good idea because these things hardly move at all now. So this is a little bit sort of like a rubbery texture, and like I said, I just got it at Walmart. It was very inexpensive, and I liked it better than the one that I used in the kitchen from IKEA because it's even thinner, and these little containers just barely clear this drawer, so I didn't want to lift it up any, and it seems like it's going to work really well. And like I said, this drawer is pretty much good to go. I might have a few other items in the box that I will need to put in here, but for now I'm gonna leave it as is. And then over here, I just removed some items. These are things that I mostly use for traveling, and I needed to have access to them when we were back and forth between houses. But I think I'm gonna put them in my little travel bag and possibly store them with my suitcases or maybe under the sink. But in any case, they don't need to be here, because this is kind of prime real estate. So I'm going to reserve this area for some items that I might want to have easier access to. But for now, I've got like my eye drops in here, you know, some little nail utensils, hair things, and this is where I keep these cotton rounds, so I'll refill that. And then the nail polishes and things that I like to have right here. So that's the situation here. And now we are going to move on to my under sink area. Keep some distilled water under the sink for my neti pot. So that's why this is here. Extra cotton pads for removing makeup. And here's my travel case. So I'm going to put those travel things in here and probably relocate that. all of these cold medicines. I have a spot for those, and so I'm gonna consolidate everything and neaten that up a bit. So this drawer fits in here, and I could actually squeeze another one next to it just like in the picture, but then I would have trouble clearing the sides of the cabinet. So I think I'm just gonna go with one, and also if I put this turntable on top, two wouldn't fit side by side in this space. So we're gonna go with one on each side. So I'll put one under my side and one under Patrick's side, and we'll still get everything organized, and we'll have the extra room on the side, and I'll figure out something for that. But I also realized that I can't clear this little lip here at the bottom. So I need to lift everything up somehow. So I'm gonna figure out a little solution for that. So with all of the renovations that we've been doing, we have some packing material, and there's a piece of styrofoam that I think lifts it up well above that lip. So I'm gonna see if that's going to work. And it does. I'm able to clear that really nicely. I'll be able to access everything in here, and hopefully this is still going to work too. Yeah, that's gonna fit under the pipe. So this will work with the styrofoam underneath it. So I might cut it down just a little bit so that I don't give up any room on the side. We'll see how easily I can do that. Okay, so I got the styrofoam cut, hopefully to the right size. And oh, I really hate styrofoam. It's such a mess to work with, but at least I feel like I'm upcycling a little bit and reusing something that we already have. So I think that's gonna work. It fits on there. I need to give it just a tiny bit of clearance on the side, so I'll push it back a bit. And I think we're in business. Yay! I have all of the little command strip things in this box, so I'm gonna put that and all of these things in this bin, and probably relocate all of those things. I actually installed the sticky parts for this soap dish in the shower, and you have to wait 24 hours, so I'll pop that on. One more thing done, and some of the other hooks I plan to use in some of our closets, but they don't belong in here, so I'm gonna relocate those. I really like using these boxes with the lids. I've labeled them. These were made a long time ago and they're still working great. And I like them because they're all contained and the lids keep things corralled. Plus I can grab these when we take a trip in our Airstream and I've got everything that we'll need. So I have some first aid sort of items in this one. I've got more traditional things in the other box, which is set to go, so I'm not going to rearrange that. But I stuck in a few other things, like there's some Pedialyte, you know, some Ace bandages, just regular Band-Aids, things like that. So that bin is done. And then this one has more of the like cold medicines or flu medicines. So I've got a lot of open boxes and I'm just gonna take all of these out, put them in here, pop the lid back on, and then they're good to go. Now I have all of those things in here. I can see what we have. And then I got rid of all this empty packaging, which just takes up a lot of extra space. So these containers, I don't even remember where I bought them, but you can find things like this at Target, Walmart, even Home Depot, and I'm sure at Amazon as well. But I like that they, clasp on and hold everything tight. And just in case you're wondering, on all of these little packets, it has the expiration date, plus all of the instructions that you need. So I don't need the box. Oops. And same goes for the other little tablets. Everything that you need to know is right on the back. So you don't need all the bulky packages. And you can see what you've got inside these clear boxes. So I was thinking about using these baskets in here. I can fit 2 of them side by side, but I also have some drawer dividers that I think might make a little bit better use of the space, so I'm gonna see how they work. So here's what I ultimately decided to do. I decided to use a combination of the 2. I'm still using the basket because it corrals all of my brushes and combs, and I can take this out and clean it. And I also use the drawer divider just to kind of keep everything separated and so things don't shift around in there. And then I was able to put in all of my favorite hair tools, and there's plenty of space for those. Plus these hot curlers, which I don't use super often, but I do want a spot for them because I use them once in a while. And then all of the little pins and, claw clip grabber things are in this bag, but everything fits super well. And the problem I had was my blow dryer, no matter which way I put it, unless I put it completely flat, it just wouldn't allow the drawer to close. And so it was just taking up way too much space in here. So I found a little space underneath my sink, and I'll show you that later. And the last drawer, I'm gonna take everything out, clean it, put in the shelf paper, and then organize these last few things. Okay, so all finished. We've got a clear countertop and everything's nice and organized underneath. So I'll start with this side. I wound up keeping all of the boxes the same over here. We've got a few things that Patrick uses on a daily basis in the carousel. And underneath are some sort of backstock items. We've got like tooth care things and the little kits that our dentists give us. So all of these extra things can be in here. And we don't have to get to these things every day, but they're very accessible now. And then we've got the turntable on top for medicines and extra deodorant. all of those sorts of things. I've got this one reserved for Patrick, so all of the things he uses every day, and of course he still has lots of space if he wants to add. But everything's neatly organized, and this is just I think a junk drawer organizer is what they called it at Target that I got years ago. So I don't know if this particular one is still available. It's got some odd shapes and it's definitely more for a junk drawer, but it fits really well in here. And I used to use this for my makeup, and I'm repurposing it here for Patrick because it doesn't fit in my new makeup drawers. And here is all of my hair tools with the exception of my blow dryer, and I'll show you that in a minute. And in this very bottom drawer, we have things that we don't use all the time, but they definitely want to keep in the bathroom. So Patrick's travel bag is here. Then we have things like a blood pressure cuff and an ice pack. This is a jewelry cleaner, and I don't use it all the time, but it's great when I need it. And then this is the charger for our water flosser. And these are the cases and charger for our electric toothbrushes. So we mostly just use those when we're traveling. And then I decanted the Q-tips so that they are neatly corralled. And I have a lid for that too, so I can put the lid on to keep them nice and clean. So under my sink, we have the same setup, but that's where I put my blow dryer. I had plenty of space for this basket, and of course there's lots of vertical space in here, so that's not a problem at all. And it'll be very easy for me to reach in the mornings. And then in the carousel, I was able to put all of my really tall hair care products. They fit there great, and I can spin around and get whatever I need. I've got back stock of my very favorite shampoo and conditioner, and nail polish remover, all those sorts of things. And in the bottom, I can keep the back stock items. So in the very back, I've got all of those cotton rounds that I like to use for removing my makeup, and then just items that are unopened but I can access easily. And then these two drawers didn't change a lot. I kept the same configuration, but now with the drawer liner in there, things don't shift around, which is really nice because that was the biggest problem I had before. And then I just changed things around a little bit since I have all of my things here now. I switched out the toothpaste and the deodorant in this compartment for my makeup brushes and just a few other items that I use pretty regularly makeup-wise for this drawer. And then I moved the toothpaste and deodorant over here along with things in the back like my eye drops, and these are little calcium chocolates. They're really good if you have to take calcium. So I have to take those every day, so they're right here to remind me, and then everything else stayed pretty much the same. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I did. I have to admit that I was procrastinating a little bit about getting this project done. I just didn't know how it was going to work for me to get all the things that I'm used to storing back into a much smaller space. But with a few storage solutions, I was able to fit everything with no problem. And I'm just excited to see how Patrick's gonna like it, to see if he will enjoy using his drawer and putting his things back now that they have a home. So we'll see how that goes, but I really appreciate you coming along with me. It was a fun, sort of different type of video for me on this channel. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give me a thumbs up to let me know you'd like to see more. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe. We would love to have you join us here at Faith and Flower. Also, before you leave, check out my link and discount code in the description box for Function of Beauty. I really do love their products and hope that if you're looking for new hair care products, you'll give them a try. I never recommend anything on my channel that I don't use myself and absolutely love. So let me hear from you in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week.